Okay.
What, did you just operate that?
Yeah, I got some pictures the other day, today of y'all. Carroll and y'all.
Got your boy there?
Maddie.
Okay.
Yes, well, it was
Yeah, those are good. I got help.
Boy, he looks just like him.
Well, there's some.
What's his name, Jamie?
James.
Yeah.
Here's Doyle.
Yeah, he looks a lot like him.
Here's Mike. Where's Verneda?
She just walked out.
Huh?
Oh, I seen him here walk back.
Here.
Hazel, what was this man? Hey, you went over there, King's Clyde? Where's you at? Where's this taking? No, this was in our house. Yeah, this is my house. It's good, ain't it? Oh, I remember you talking about when they came over there. They first they
Doyle.
I didn't get to come, but I did set my camera.
Let's see.
Her husband. Yeah, he did. Let's get him tight.
Okay. Can we get it on film? Hazel, can we get that hair combed a little bit?
Let me see. Get a My gosh, you don't yeah, he was 49.
Oh, you want to see? Okay. Today we have my father, Clyde McAfee. Clyde McAfee is 91 years old. He's actually 91 and a half years old. This was June 19th, 1988. Dad had 15 children, 10 of which is living today. And the oldest one was Joe. They're known as Hubert. Dad, would you tell us something about Joe?
Well, I remember one time they blew up on top of a house when they was about 3 years old. And we was coming out from Memphis, up on top of the house, a big old high house. There he was, sitting on top of the house, with 1 foot over even the other house. I left the ladder around there, and he come up there. Mother spoke to him, I went around that gun and ordered it out.
Now he was.
That was how he got lost with his dog down in the field. Had a little dog he run around with. He found him about half a mile from the house. And another time, down at the field house, him and Paul Brooks come up with chimney. He got funny all over. You know, he had a clue. Rick moved, they back one little house to go up that chimney. He wouldn't go up that road, he wouldn't go up. One time he was out with Paul and concrete, Paul had a bad broken leg, and he had a lot of trouble with his wife. He's always jolly before you see your Hubert, he's always jolly, but he's always got a word for you. And you have to any time to check. He's a good boy. I ain't got but 7 boys, that's 10 my youngest. And 7 boys.
All right. What about Elmer? He was the second son.
Yeah.
Tell us something about Elmer.
Well, I hate to talk about him because he had hard luck with him in the army, you know. He lost his mind, and his mother got him out. He come home and finally got all right. Went to Mexico, got a good job. And now he's got about $2,000 a month.
No, this
I think that's pretty good. Well, I didn't want to get him out of the army, but that's the best thing that ever happened to him. If he got out, got this on his card, you know, he couldn't got no job up there. But he got it, it didn't have no effect on him, he got a job. He got all right. When he was at home, when he didn't know nothing, I got him in a truck, drove him up his room, way up his room back, and come back that day, and he got all right from then on. Just drove him around and around and around and around. Come back home, he got all right. And he's all right the rest of the time.
Okay, I believe that Jay was your number 3 son.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about Jay?
Well, I don't... Hey, we got to go to college just a few months and get a lot of credit. He come out and got a job in government. And he had a good job, he retired from the government, cotton, classic cotton.
Yeah.
One time they took three men down there, a bunch, the whole bunch, took 3 men, had a long stretch of cotton. And they said they noticed he didn't do that, didn't they? So his report come in, he made 72 degrees. Grade. Had to be the best damn door. He didn't think he'd done nothing, but he did. Made 73. Come back out, he was the best top man. And not only he just kept climbing. They good at it.
I know you can say a lot more about each of your kids, but we're going to go on to Carroll. What about Carroll?
Well, Carroll was one of the best boys I ever had a cat. He was a cotton picker. All my boys were cotton pickers from Doyle. They were all good cotton pickers. Carroll went to cotton picking contest for 3 times, $1,000 3 times. He went better than $4,000. He went from 250s on $100, and went about $4,000 altogether. He come out of the Army. He went to the Army and come out just before the contest over that vitamin. And he come in and he said, well, I'm going to fly today. And I'm going to cut. And he took one pack with him. And they took out of the heck, that thing. He come out to the gate, there's a gate there, he standing there. One old man looked at him and said, well, that fellow up there, he got the cotton there, he'll out win. Went on up there, they called him off. Hell, thought he would win, probably, surely. He's 25, 100, 250. They got down to $1,000. He got ready, he had to go home. He said, we're supposed to go home, I don't even win nothing. And about that time they called the sergeant here. And first time he picked here, said he's the winner, Clyde McAfee. Old Carroll liked to have him. Yeah, he didn't think he'd win anything. He got thrown out of the heart, you know. And just picked him down the half. And he just took one pack. He had about a pound. See, that day is hard. You had to take a pound a minute. You done it good at all. Clean cotton. Pound a minute, you know. And he picked out 8 or 9 pounds. It's about a pound and a half a minute, you know. And he go on running. And he went back time too. And went 3 times. Jerry here, he was 5, 8.
Okay, now, we can say more about Carroll. What about James? Tell him about the time that the house burnt down and looked like not found it.
I didn't know much about that. I was going where. Coming back, got over there, straight out of my house. I say it's smoke. Looked about my house, you know. come by and I mailed it away. The mail boy told me they won't have it. Got home. I'm finding out James wasn't the sheriff. He don't remember. He's just 4 or 5 years old. He went to the back room and struck a match. Had a bunch of junk in there. And it caught out and got caught the car. Mother elected not got him out. He wouldn't come out. He went back down on the back porch and brought him out. He stood there and never tried to let out of the house now. And no never take a hand. He was lucky about a week's time I had a house out better than that.
In a week, he had a new house.
He had about a week. I had a new house.
All right, what about Doyle? Doyle, he's number 6 son.
Well, I don't know. He's just a little boy. I don't know too much on him. And then James and he was Elmer.
Now you're gonna say something about Doyle. Now he's a good church member and this and that.
Doyle went to Marines, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to the Marines. Carroll was in the Marines too. Lord, he's a deacon now in the church. He preaches fine. Lord,
Okay, then number 7 son is Jerry. It's me. What you got to say about him?
Well, I was told about him once about he got to win the junior fly over that. He went over there and the little old swart boy, he kept coming around. He hit Jerry with the gun. And he'd come around and passed it around, wasn't ready to take. And Jerry had never signed up. So Jerry signed his pitch. After we went out in the field, I went down the road for the take. I said, well, Jerry's done it again. It was like one of those goose went down to the field, you know, he takes it, leave it, you know. You're not taking it, leave it. Come to find out, Jerry said he never did that no more about that old boy. he was strutting around there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he strutting around one year to take his own one. Jerry started his pig. And the second year, Jerry, he didn't sign up, but Cupid signed up and he had to go back and they transferred his over to Jerry. Second year, and Jerry waited $50 that day.
Yeah, I was expecting to be entered in the senior division the second year.
Yeah.
And I thought I was entering the world's champion. And when they come up, they didn't call my name, you know. And then they came up telling the junior division, well, I knew I was out. And then they said, Jerry McAfee for the second time. And then it was a surprise, you know, not expecting. That was in 1955. Well, you got some daughters. You got Verneda, Hazel, and Arlene. Anything about Verneda?
Well, I guess Verneda was the best competent girl I had. Arlene, she liked to fish. She stayed out in the field till the magistrates of Lord. She was washing dishes every day. But she never could fish too much, but she liked to try. Hazel wasn't too bad. Neither. She could pick out like the boy could. She was a good competent. And all good working girls. They all worked. Hazel made a hand of competence. 14 years old from Rice, about 4 hours a day. He had a field boy way back then, probably home. And he had the whole company. And Hazel made a hand then when she was about 14 years old. She wasn't very big.
Dad, I remember Mother telling about Arlene getting on a drag of horses with a drag on it.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, you know, they run away with it. Arlene, she was coming on the hill, the old horse come on around and come into the house. Oh, Arlene is still on there.
My mother said Arlene was going around the house, you know, on the drag and hollering at Mama and said, Mama ain't going fast.
Me right. Yeah.
Thought that was something. Well, I guess they,
I remember one time about day too, they was out in the field plowing, and it come a big clap of lightning, and the one horse here plowed run away and come to the house.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, right. Come a big clap of lightning, you know, just like a circle. And that old horse took off from the house. And one day I got taken up in the lines or something, and he didn't. That old horse. Dead. Everybody else running. I had seen mules run away here with me one time while I was riding. Come up the cloud, wind and everything, you know, it scared them usually. I see they run away, I had them to a cloud. Fuel for it. And I just undone the double tree, blue, and down and they cut off the house.
I could go get your views.
I had one time I had a bunch of horses. One of them kicked the other over the head and it killed it. Had knocked back off the road.
I remember that. That was Carroll's horse.
Yeah.
Remember you took me and Doyle to Carroll one time and bought us a horse piece? And 2 weeks later, mine had the blind staggers, died. That's the only horse I had.
And some of them, none of that kicked over the head.
Yeah, Carroll did.
And it still did.
The last two horses we had, one of them had a crooked nose, remember?
Oh, mule.
Mule
Great mule mule.
and Blue. I think one of them's name was Blue.
Yeah. And one of them red with he was a good mule, little bull under the cow. Another one red, crooked nose was good. Now get on to somebody else, yeah?
Okay. Well, the only other thing I'm thinking about mules was, remember whenever you bought the farm across the railroad and you traded for a team of mules? Tell about that.
Oh, well. I bought 20 acres there where my house was, and the railroad had two. The other side, over the other side of the railroad, well, had it leased, and he was able to leave the country, and we bought fields, and I got that to move. Good in 5 years, I got young ones, these are old mules, but they're good. But he didn't move, and he wouldn't ever move again. And I got that lease from him, and I come in and have the rest of my horse.
You got the land to boot with trading the team of mules, didn't you?
Yeah, off you. With a mule. And I cleared it out too. And that's why I bought 4 acres above that for $50. And they did 41 acres. You know, the railroad cut that into 3 acres. And that's 41 acres. I bought that 4 acres for $50, but it was real cheap. My 40 man, it's about 900 something, but I'm going here.
It was what?
$900.
$900?
Yeah. There's a Doyle Hill, you know, left out. They sold people land. And a lot of them, they renewed it. A lot of them lost. Well, then,
You were one of the few that held on to your land, wasn't you?
yeah, no.
Through the Depression and all.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't hold on to it. That Doyle Mill, if I had to redeem it for him, somebody else had got it.
Well, you still held on to it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, but I just got it in time. Somebody else forgot it. I got Shucker on that. He had one. He lost his. He's from that again now. He got it. One Bob Brothers. Laura, married Laura. I don't know.
Well, Dad, you, I guess you saw most of the old settlers come and go here. Name some of the old settlers you used to know, like Phil Watson and the Wallaces.
Phil Bass, you know, and Andrew Clark. I know Andrew Clark's daddy. He was been there a long time. And Wallace, you know, I know him. He's still living here. 2 or 3 years older now.
Well, tell them how you came by my name, Jerry. Tell them how you came by my name.
Phil Watson, he had 4 oxen. Steers, you know, yoke oxen. He had one called Jerry. He nicknamed him Jerry.
Glad you come down,
And come find out I called Jerry. I named him Jerry.
After that oxen, right?
Yeah, well, I never thought about it then, but I guess I did, because
Well, didn't Phil used to nickname you Jerry?
he had,
All right.
like I said, he had a little oxen, yoke oxen, and he had a good oxen, good than that bunch, you know, and he called him Jerry. And he called me Jerry, well, I nicknamed me Jerry. And after that Jerry one, I called him Jerry. Yeah, my house budget on Phil Watson, he owned them $50.
They know, he gave us a lot of
He had our house. So my brother, he let me have he sold a lumber over there. He used to have a sawmill. And he had tractors, you know. And I just went over there and picked out a stack of lumber and just best lumber, big old wide stuff, you know. That was
How many kids did you have when your house burned down?
well,
All of them but me, wasn't it?
In 1937,
Doyle was born in 38, wasn't it? Me and Doyle then.
he had 8.
two
How many did he have? He had 8 living, didn't he? 8. He had 8 living. Remember we lived, it took them, what, 2 weeks to build that house back? 2 or 3 weeks, didn't it? It wasn't long. Everybody pitched in.
So what did you do during that
We
time?
lived in a little 2-room house, didn't we? Down there on Main Island place. And some of the kids stayed different places. Hubert and Elmer, the oldest. Mama had 2 beds in the front room, and she had a wood stove in the second room. And I don't even believe it was big enough for a table in there, was it? I can't remember. But, I don't know, lived in that July weather instead of that.
Oh, it was in the summertime.
Yeah, it was hot, dry weather, and burnt weather too. I thought it was a freight train coming through. Because we lived by the railroad track, and when I looked up, that smoke was right there on us. We were out there under the pump shed.
Oh, it just went up in flames that fast, huh?
Mama was looking for Jerry. Jerry was
Jane.
was 4 years old. And she went to the living room, the kitchen, no, the front room, into the dining room. When she opened that dining room door, that flame just went that way. Oh, it was like popped in the back.
Did she go open the door and go through it?
Yeah, she went all the way through. We ran around, and she found him underneath the back kitchen, underneath the door. You know, he was crawled in under the door, and the house was on fire.
I thought he was at the back door, but he was underneath.
He was underneath the kitchen. I can remember seeing him right there.
She saved his life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, but she had double doors going into the dining room, or some kind of big door. It started from the back porch there, a bedroom. And then it was dry, and it went up. And she opened that door from the living room into the dining room. When she did that, flames just shot through. Well, she went through there.
Went through those flames?
She went through that door, and there's a door out the back there, you know, where they had the back bedroom, but it was straight out.
Yeah.
And then she went around there, and by the time that, we were around there. Time she got through that house, we were there. She didn't catch no flame, because the flames rolled. And Hubert and Elmer was down at this day. And I'll never forget that. And here we was hollering and trying to get, we worried about James more than anything else. And here he finally come down there and he said, did y'all save my guitar? And I said, we was lucky to save James. Yeah, all he was thinking about is his guitar, you know. Well, if I'd have been here, I'd have saved this, I'd have saved that. And you remember when his house caught fire? When their second baby was little, he struck a match on the window facing, and the head flew off, and they had the curtains, they were thin sheer, and they had paper on the wall. And that match head hit that curtain, and it just went up in flames. He didn't even save his pants. He did not have. He went out, him and Verneda, just to get out of the house, saving their life. And what pants they had, Verneda had washed, and the clothes was hanging out on the line. That's what they said. But I remember that so well when he said, well, if I'd have been here, I'd have saved this, I'd have saved that. You remember that? You know.
He didn't say that.
He said, did y'all save my guitar? You remember that?
Well, I remember him telling Bertie. Bertie told the fact that even out there when he was watching it burn from a quarter of a mile, he said, I sure hope they save my guitar.
That's all he thought about was that guitar. Oh, man, that's the first thing he said when he come down there. They'll save my guitar.
I had
If I'd been here, I'd have did this, I'd have did that.
and the pump shed, cross-up salt, and I don't know how much. And then you get his out. I think you got his out. But and it's all shed to death.
Here's lucky and thankful I got James out. That was right.
Yeah, but I had that pump, that whole full of stuff. And then everywhere I burned. I tried to get over cross-up salt, all the stuff in there.
I'll lay down a couple of
You couldn't say that to nobody that was out.
Well, Dad, I guess we can talk about a lot of things, but, you know, all these years you had to make a living for all these 15 kids and 10 that lived. What's some of the things that you did to make a living? You farmed. I know you bought a dump truck and you hauled gravel. Tell about how you hauled gravel.
Like on the Carraway, Bill Dillon was happy. We ended up 4 days, like get out there, and it was had a car on the railroad. Down there, but Carraway, getting it up there, I can get 3-4 loads before everybody else come out. One of those loads come out.
Well, how did you load the dump truck?
Loaded with a big shovel. Off the car.
Scoop shovel?
Yeah.
Oh, you done it. That's your three-quarter.
We had enough to dump it off, but we had to load it. I remember one time, the checker, on the checker, you know,
Yeah.
his boy worked one day. He was sitting on his roll there.
Yeah, that's bad.
Boy, and he'd give fellas extra tickets. And he'd give me 2 or 3 tickets, and I'd give back to him. I said, I don't do that kind of work. I give them back to him. He didn't want to take tickets. They take it. Well, they go in the law and see the work. But I wouldn't take them. He had a little ticket out of Lloydton, and he'd write down and pad out, write down and pad out, and he'd be, well, I had to read.
Can you get in here? I don't know if we can make room or not in our life.
All right, Dad, we got you $3 over there. You got a family reunion of your daughters.
Again. Did I?
I mean, 4th time she's done it.
See if he can name them.
You're not, listen, from now on you go through this way, around that way.
Have him name his 3 daughters.
Yeah. Yeah, we got your 3 daughters. You got your baby one in the middle, your oldest one on the right, and your in-between one on the left. How did you come by naming those daughters? Was there anything different about it?
I don't know. I guess Mother has quite, I don't know that about it.
I'll tell you what, how I got my name. Mama had a girlfriend, and she had a baby named Juanita, and Mama named me Verneda after her.
Well, that's a classic name right there, too.
Yeah. I was named after another big fat Hazel in the community.
What do you call it? Mother. That was just
Hazel
Juanita
Culver's.
Culver's mother.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Huh?
What was Juanita
Who was you
Culver's
named
mother?
after, Arlene?
Well, Florida, he married Truman. I think her name was that, but it's hard to girl's name was there, wasn't it?
Yeah. But Mama
Juanita.
named- Juanita, but Mama named me after Juanita Culver.
Yeah, they
Her mother and Mama was friends.
I was named, one of my names, I'm not sure just which was named after, my aunt named me. And my mom said a cousin, and I'm not sure who the cousin was, named me the other name.
Which one was that?
Well, Dolores is my middle name, Arlene, but I don't know which one named me. Which? Was it Aunt Beulah? She said name me Arlene, I believe, and the cousin named me Dolores. So I never did find out really just which one was it that named me. My name.
Where'd you get your name, Hazel?
I was named after Hazel Culver, big fat Hazel in the community.
Oh, what is that?
Well, if you still live in Georgia, I'll talk to her about it.
What were you named by the Calverts, was it? Calvert?
C-O-L-B-E-R-T.
I was, McAfee always was a good cotton picker. Then
I
he
wasn't.
called my brother. Brother left one time. I knew that one time.
Talk like Arlene.
About an hour. I had a 7.5 foot, 9. We weighed up, we had the same, but I had to give 1 pound. One for that, we might say we were the same. But he could take that much time. We picked that out one day. It's a race. And I had a 7 foot, he had a 9. Papa was a good time picker. He's really big.
I think what it is.
That's where we got it from, the background, like.
Now, Dad, your dad was Jack McAfee, better known as John Nathaniel, right?
Did you see that picture?
What's it?
All he got in my house, his house,
I'll show you later.
Wait a minute. Okay, tell us something about your dad. What's some of the things he did?
he bought spurs,
Wasn't there sewing machine there?
gold machine, dirt land and everything, you know.
He was the first mailman in Monette Route 1.
Is that
He
right?
petitioned to the Washington, D.C. and got the contract from him.
First had a bag failed to Hancock. Horse and buggy. But he did out much education, I don't know, like that he didn't have so much, I don't, yeah. The rest of them did. Dick Widow, Dick Wallace, he got it for the year. We moved to Hancock, 1911, with a wagon, more than that. I didn't think we'd never get there, move the wagon. And now then, you go in the car 10 or 15 minutes, you wonder.
Yeah,
How long did it take you to get there?
Huh?
How long did it take by wagon?
Well, it took an hour or two anyhow, I don't remember, but just an old horse and walking, you know. And we in the summertime, hot weather.
Dad, I'm trying to get back to the first thing you remember. And I understand in 1899, y'all moved up to Heber Springs. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, after I got old, I had to remove it there. And it seemed like a dream to me.
Well, you have
We
to...
lived in a house, and it's just a long like house.
We're here with Dad again, Clyde McAfee. Dad, we want to ask you some more questions about earlier in your life. I understand you got to what grade? 6th grade?
6th grade. Never could read very much. I spelled it, but I was good at arithmetic. nobody could read the arithmetic. It was a gift to me. I used to remain the land, but a lot of people that I can't teach to remain the land.
Now, what school did you go to?
Hancock, #1.
Did you ever go to school at Monette?
Oh yeah, back when I was a little boy I did.
What was your school teacher's name?
Well, there's one up here was college. I got a hooking look for one time for smoking.
How come he got caught?
Well, set out by somebody else did, and they started on them, they told who was smoke.
Where did you smoke at?
Out the restroom.
Smoked in the restaurant.
Yeah,
All right, a little bit later you went to Hancock.
yeah.
And who did you meet down at Hancock?
Well, but what?
You did?
Yeah, we went to school together.
Well, did they, what kind of education did Mother get?
Well, she got the top. She had a good education. But she didn't know what that everything as I did. But she used to spell good, and read. But I know a whole lot more about the rest of things she did than I was saying.
Well, how about reading? Did she,
Oh, I couldn't read, but she could. They just laugh at me. Reading it all, or spelling, they just laughed. And bend the board there, what did she run with? And,
well, what about your first date with her? How did you come about getting a date, asking her for a date?
well, I don't know about that. The Hitler's one at Ranger. Always did take a lot of these. She wouldn't let her go with other boys. And wouldn't let her go to dances and stuff like that. But lots of times, we go to a party and there's no lady over there, she turned out to the dances for smaller stage. But she didn't know it. Her sister didn't know it. But no woman over there, well, she'd give out parties. Of course, she'd end up every time now, she'd have a dance. Of course, I didn't care, I wasn't dancing. The old lady didn't need it, but her sister would allow it. And her sister would allow her to go to more than dance than that. She didn't want to go to that mass. But they thought the sun was right or me. They thought everything was me. But that's good with them too. He was a good man, and he really liked me too. He'd do anything for me. But a lot of people wouldn't. I had a lot of brother-in-laws he would always speak to. They ranked, you know, and crowd around, but he didn't believe in that. He wanted to tell them, if he said anything, well, stick to it. He didn't want them to drink. Just tell them it doesn't drink. But they raised mother, him and his wife raised mother a whole lot closer to his children. That was one good thing.
Well, what else do you remember about when you were dating Mother?
Well, I don't know, Father.
And she used to play an organ, she told me about.
Oh, she could play a few cards. She never could play very much. Yeah. Play a little.
What was one of the names of the songs? I remember her saying something about
Red Wings or something?
Red Wings, yeah.
Yeah, that was a water song man way back Red Wings. But she could play it here a little bit.
Well, when you was courting, what did you go in? Did you go down the walk?
We were afoot. We didn't live about less than miles from schoolhouse, and that's what that church.
And they had school in the church in the schoolhouse.
Yeah, they had church.
Now, what's the name of the school?
#1 now.
Hancock #1.
#1. Yeah, he had one. That's the one that he was plumb up family there. You know, got all smutty.
They called it a chimney sweep, didn't they?
Yeah. Him and Paul. They'd go up there and promise the word that he was dead. Old Paul, he never did. He was got in such a shape, you went over funerals, and he had all his time to watch him up, you ever see it. He had to put all, why, what he had stuck in that thing. It's chimney, full like that jelly, or a little bit bigger, yeah. Come up to it, you know. One day I got hung up. And Julie was right across the road from me, you know. And Paul was ready. They went over there. Julie watched him. Seen him up, you know, come on. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
what else you remember about Mother after you got married? I believe about that time the brush arbors was coming along, and y'all didn't have religion right at the start, did you?
No, they had private in our house a long time. And used to have it up at number 2. And had a big revival there. She got salvation, got the Holy Ghost there. And they didn't believe Arlene. You know, she just jump and shout. And I just grab her and see if it's real. You know. She made me believe Arlene. And they had another big baby. That's down on the corner that you turned down that church house. That's why. Eddie Walmart, they call it. And he's a prison. He jumped plumb through that arbor there. Prison.
And they called them brush arbors, right?
Yeah. He was.
Well, describe what a brush arbor is. Some people don't know.
Well, they put up poles, pointed poles, you know, and pointed across it and covered over with limbs like these and got trees on it. Put it over them, you know.
What would be on the floor?
Huh?
What would be for the flooring? Anything?
Ground.
Just regular on the ground, right?
Yeah, sawdust.
Or sawdust.
Yeah. Yes, have all over country now.
Well, I remember later Mother had church at the house called Midway.
Oh yeah, we had Sunday school. We had 35 at Sunday school left. And that's the one we have at Carroll now, our church. At 35. Long time. Maybe she had a picture up there. I don't know what one it is.
I don't know who got it. Mother used to preach.
Yeah, she used to preach some. See, Jim Robertson lived there by. She had a big family. Wednesday, they come. And there's some people back there on the brine come. And we had 30, 35 every Sunday. And that's more than a lot of churches had. We had a revival at one time right out in Middle Road. That's the big tree out there. You know?
Yeah.
We had a revival there. Way back on it.
I remember there used to be families would come home after church with us on Sunday.
Yeah.
And we'd have high as 20 kids over. And the next Sunday we would go over to the other family's home and we'd stay over there.
Well, the Christians on that used to come a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah, have big dinner. He's still a very good cook. Got the best dressing than everybody I've eaten. I can't find none now like it. You know, there's get a fat chicken and put a whole lot of juice in it. And there's a lot of this stuff, it don't taste like dressing. Too weak.
Well, how did you go about getting your materials up for the dressing?
Well, she killed big bass that had hen.
All right, you kill the hen. How would you go kill the hen?
Huh?
How would you get the hen killed?
Oh, I reckon snake off.
All right.
Run plenty of them.
And where
off.
you went from scratch? You go out in the yard and get the hen and wring its neck?
Yeah, out to the hen house or somewhere. And we'll about the hen house. Catch it. See, they'd feed them a whole lot, you know, they'd be fat. That's good. A lot of people like turkey, but I'd rather have a good fat hen than turkey. I like this.
I know you don't like to think about it, but you know, you had a large family and the Depression came along. It should have put you out of business, but how did you stay in business during the Depression?
Well, I don't know. We always had plenty to eat, kill hogs and things like that.
Well, what about hog killing? How did you go about killing a hog?
Well, sure with a gun. Have had 3 or 4, and kill them, put them for me winter. And
yeah, but how did you go about rendering them?
well, ran it out in a big pot out in the yard, big yard. Put the fire at it, put the meat in there, you know, and put it out and have practice meat.
That's where you got your lard, right?
Yeah. And make bread out of the crackers, really good bread.
Well, where'd you put the meat after you got the meat?
Up in the smokehouse.
Well, how did you go about curing your meat?
Well, we just put it down in the box, put salt on it, and cure it, you know, and then hang it up. Now, we never did have to go on relief and then run out of town.
You never took any relief during the Depression?
No. Always made it through.
You lived right on the railroad, and I know during the Depression people, hobos and things, came up and down the road. Would you tell us some incidents that happened?
Oh, yeah, they stopped there, you know, get meals. Every time they stopped, Mom would feed them.
Well, how do you mean feed them? Would she just have some meal to feed them?
Sometimes she'd go in the house and cook.
You mean she'd go in if a guy wanted a meal?
Yeah.
She'd go heat the stove up?
Yeah, she'd cook them, but she didn't have enough to cook them, but she'd cook them some. And that's the reason when they ever stopped. They'd tell people, you know. Maybe the next day or two, be somebody else come along. One day, an old man come outside and come in the house. And Elmer asked him. He said, I want a meal. And Elmer said, Mom said, none out here wants a meal. No, I don't want a meal, I want a meal.
Want something to eat?
Want something to eat.
Instead of a sack of meal, right?
He thought it wasn't a meal. Made out of corn, you know.
Cornmeal.
Yeah, and Mom said, man out here wants a meal. No, I don't want no meal, I want a meal, I want one cooked. Mama fixed it one.
Well, then would they work for you?
Huh?
Would they work?
No, they going up the road.
Now, you have worked some of them. Now, you wanted to help make a sharecropper with you. Lived out in the barn a little bit.
No,
He had, I think he had fits, you told me, in one guy.
well, that fellow lived on the place. There's people that used to sleep out in the barn. But
You mean the hobos would sleep out in the barn at night?
Yeah, and they'd be gone the next day. But that fellow made a sharecropper of me. He lived over across the little shack. He had one of that wall. He used to plow and work. His wife was had this.
Oh, his wife, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she left him. But old guy, he found you driving me. He'd have him hung on his arm, you know, hold one hand and the other. And he wrote you down. He was a good worker. He made a shirt off of it. And he went on the north, and then another fellow, born he had a teeth, false teeth. Then another took a gun down the back, there back over that, went over his nose. I had to pay it myself. Another fellow didn't have it.
Yeah, well, you stood good for somebody, but you ended up having to pay them off.
Yeah. Then another fellow signed a note, you know. Well, I was not talking about that. He knowed me, you know. He knowed it was good. And I had to pay him.
Dad, I remember back in '48, I was coming home from school one day and I saw the cop cars all around the house. And I didn't know, you know, being a young kid, I didn't know whether there was something wrong at the house and all that. Would you tell why it was when Mr. Holder was killed, you remember?
Yeah, well, he got shot, you know, and they passed just below my house. I did. People shot him, but of course I did. They stole their gun, and I did.
On your farm, they found the murder weapon, didn't they?
They found the gun. They found it.
In other words, he came across the farm at night by the house.
They just brought the house out on their farm. They waited in this, so the other end of this, and they found it in there. And they shot him, pulled him out one night, one yesterday, and said they'd run out of truck, run out, you know. And he got in his truck yesterday and took it, and between there and Carroll, main road over there, where he shot him. Tried to burn him up, and they took the truck car, but he happened to plant out, and then in the road, it had been burned.
Well, didn't they shoot through the money, and the money wasn't any good?
Yeah, he had up in his pocket. Yeah, he had all the money. Had $400. And he had it in his pocketbook up here. And when they shot him, they shot through that pocketbook. And they wouldn't even take it.
They didn't know the money was there.
Yeah, they know it.
They were going to rob him, wasn't they?
Yeah.
But they didn't know where the money was.
Yeah. I don't know where they found it, but they... I think they found it, but they wouldn't take it home and count it. That bullet going through the money. But they shot him and they said that they had to blast out that truck that would burn him up. Burn the truck.
That was the first true story ever written in a true magazine in Hartford, Arkansas. There was a record on it. And that's why it was such a famous murder.
The girl,
it was a true story.
The girl used to live right there by him. He nursed the girl all the time. Her man, he the one done it. Her man with her, the one cousin killed her. No man, no woman had a girl, young girl, he used to go to his house all the time. He nursed her a lot. Got taken up from marriage. She's the one
Well, let's get back to some other things. You never have mentioned about any of your friends. What were some of your buddies you had in school?
Well, Mr. Brennan and Adam boy. John Adam. That's rather bad. He wasn't no tough boy, nothing like that, you know. Most of them are tough boys.
Well, tell how you got a hold of your sister, your half-sister the other day, the first time in 64 years you had heard from her.
Well, I told you about Brennan.
Mr. Brennan, right.
And I knew it up there. He's his boy, you know.
Right.
And he said he'd get in touch with her somehow or another. And he did, and he sent you in there. And that's the way it was. Did I didn't show you that?
No, I hadn't seen it yet, Dad. I'll see it in a little while.
She had a daughter with her, a picture. But you wouldn't know her name, you know.
What was your sister's name?
Eula. My half-sister. That was Papa's half-sister.
Her name now is Eula Quisenberry. She lives in Enterprise, Oregon.
Here's the one she had about his sister, the one you had about Texas,
Oh, and in Texas? Your dad's half-sister?
Yeah, the one you had to thought that she was in a nursing home, but found out.
No, I found out it wasn't the one. That's right.
Well, it's in that forward, and if we ever find out her daughter's name, well, you might need to live it. You had a daughter.
Yeah, I would like to find out what her daughter is. I'm still working on that.
Yeah. showed the picture. But, you know, she was pretty old. She got old in 1909. That's when my mother died. Yeah. Messed up then too. Papa messed up then too. That's older than she was. But Papa's mother was a pal, was she?
Yes, her name, your grandfather and grandmother, your grandfather's name was John McAfee, and your grandmother's name was Frances Ann Powell McAfee. She was a pal.
Yeah. But I don't know who I had. His daddy got married again.
No, I have not been able to find out who she married when she had Eula
Well,
McAfee.
And it tells on there who she was named and the name for her.
Well, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
It may help me out.
Yeah.
Well, Dad, you got any advice to tell people today?
Well, the best thing to do is go to church and be honest to your friends.
Well, how did you attain the age of 91? What is your secret for your long life?
Well, I don't know that.
A lot of hard work?
Yeah, my secret is the Bible gives that. Yeah, if you obey your parents, you live long. That's what the Bible says. Later days. And a fellow used to work for us, said I was the best little boy you ever seen, and that's my record. He told me after I got gone. He said you always did obey, always mind them, and but we didn't know then the Bible said that. You know, it says 3, 4, and 10. And that's 70.
That's 70.
Yeah. So, you all got 7 children that'll live longer than that. 2 that'll live longer than that. And that'll have something to do with it, I believe. But I had a grandfather on my mother's side. Grandmother, she lived over 100 years old. How, you know.
Dad, your grandmother's brother lived to be 101 years old, and his name was Henry Powell.
Yeah.
He lived up at Imboden, Arkansas,
Yeah, up there in Arkansas.
and he still has grandchildren living up there now. Well,
you think we have enough on film there?
yeah, Dad, is there anything else you'd like to say to pass on to the next generation?
Yeah, that's all that.
You said that the person, long life was attributed to obeying your parents. Which one of your kids were the most abiding by what you said?
Well, I don't know. He was pretty good. Hal was pretty good. All of them. Ain't none of them is bad. They all want to live a long life. And the girls too, of course. Hazel, she run off the bad. We didn't know nothing about it. So I heard bad.
Well, how did Arlene get married? I remember something about Arlene getting married.
Well, Arlene married,
What time of the day she get married?
I don't know. Did Brother Fisher been here?
I believe he did.
I thought he did. See, Arlene, he turned out good, when he got saved.
He did?
Yeah, he got on a good line there. Went through the edge of the water in. And so I don't think the live through the water. Like the rest of it, you know. But Arlene talked to me then, you know. And you know, he was taught not to bear a sinner, you know. He believed in that. Just God, you know, teaches that, you know. And of course, Arlene, he wasn't no bad boy. He wasn't bad, you know, like that, but he didn't turn out to be a Christian like one of them died. Didn't make a picture.
Made a good living for her, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that's important.
Yeah, Arlene said she had time with him all one time, getting him up from work. But he finally did stay with it, and it happened, you know. He's got a good income now.
Well, Dad, we're gonna stop here, and we may take some pictures of some of the grandchildren, and we're gonna try to let you see this after a while, okay?
All right.
They're gonna watch you on TV.
Hey, we want to get y'all talking, so we want you to say that little pledge you said the other day. Yep, close.
Playing catch
Okay.
for a little bit here.
That's
Show
good.
some of the fantastic catches that Danny can. Let's see if Danny can catch this one. That was pretty good. Sure, you think he'll ever make the big league?
He may.
His favorite team is the Detroit Tigers.
Is that right?
Name some of the players on the Detroit Tigers.
Oh, I can name
Face the camera now. Tell Mom, who's the catcher on the Detroit Tigers?
Mike
And who else?
Matno.
Yeah. Matt Noak's a home run hitter?
Something.
Who's their home run hitter?
Alan Trent.
Alan Trammell?
You.
Me? Oh, I'm not on the Tigers. Here, let's see the ball a little bit. Tell them about your karate.
No.
Who's your instructor in karate?
Mr. Doyle and Mr. Pierce.
Mr. Gillum and Mr. Parrish. And they're both black belts, aren't they?
Oh, they're both right there.
They're both black belts, right?
Higher than that.
Okay, start all over. Why don't you both get out there and do it?
No, Julia, you do the third pattern. I want to see you do the third one.
Do the
Yeah,
third
do
pattern.
the third.
Can you remember it? Real good.
What?
You're embarrassing her now.
Oh, well.
She'll get over it. Danny, don't do that. No, that's not what the camera's for. No, Julia, that's not what the camera's for.
If you make some faces, it might break the camera. See, maybe if I look at it, it will break.
Danny, just play catch with Leslie.
Ready?
You're too close. You got to go out there. Go way out there. You're way too close. Come on, Betty. Go play with us. Run around and dance.
Don't play ball.
Just hold it still here so she can film it.
This is a teacher, Ines Hatcher.
That's the teacher?
That's the teacher.
Looks awful young.
She's in her 80s now. She lives in Monette. This is myself, Hazel McAfee Taylor. I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
This is my sister Verneda.
That's Verneda?
That's Verneda. This is my brother Jay.
That's
Jay
Jay.
lives in El Paso now.
Is my mom in this picture?
No. Verneda lives in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Okay, on the back row is one of our brothers, Elmer.
That's Elmer.
They call him Tack. He lives in Flint, Michigan. He's retired now. I think he's 68.
68, I believe.
Okay. And there's a few more on here, but there's 4 of us, brothers and sisters, on this one picture. I have another picture here. It was made somewhere around 1930 in Hancock #1, but it was in the other grades. And one of my brothers, Joe, is on the front row.
That's
there.
Joe
That's
there.
Joe. This
How old
is,
would you say he is there?
well, I
what
don't
year
really
is it? About 1930?
1930, somewhere along there. This is our cousin, Dick Colbert. And on the back row is our cousin, Paul Brooks. The others are just friends. And this is the teacher, Henry Felly. Henry Felly is dead now.
What is that building in the back?
That is the Hancock #1 schoolhouse. That's about...
Is it still standing?
No, it was burnt years ago. And it is about 10 miles from Monette. South of Monette. Monette,
what other
Arkansas.
picture do you have
That's
there?
all I have right there.
My name is Stegosaurus. I'm a funny looking dinosaur. For on my back are many bony plates, and on my tail there's more. Sometimes when other dinosaur comes by and wants to play, I don't use my head, I use my tail. It has 4 sharp spikes. My name is Stegosaurus. I'm a funny little dinosaur. For on my back are many bony plates, and on my tail there's more.
What'd you do the day before the last day?
Yep, go. That's a funny day. That's a funny
I
thing.
didn't do anything, okay? Okay, the last day is school, I ate ice cream, alright? I got my report card. I, hated it. No, not really, but
I loved my report card.
That's enough.
I see something.